Hello everybody, welcome to our presentation today. The name of this presentation is Swish, the greatest sound in basketball. The reason I put this presentation together is because children all over the world are playing basketball. Most of them do not know the proper shooting form. They're learning bad practices because the goals they play on are too high and they have to push the ball, or because everybody thinks shooting a three is cool and it's too far out for them. So we're just going to work on the simple forms of how to shoot a basketball so you can become the best basketball player you can be. My name is Coach Bruce Bose, and I'm doing this presentation for University of North Texas Corporate Training Presentation Skills class. So in this presentation, we're going to go over first the history of how basketball was created and some of the early teams in professional basketball history. We're going to talk about the 6 steps to get the proper shooting form. And then we'll talk about how you notice some of the common mistakes and how you correct for those mistakes. Then last thing in the room, what we're going to do is look at some of the best and the worst of the NBA. Some of the best shooters that you guys have seen, some of the worst shooters. And last comes the fun part. We'll actually go outside on the basketball goal and we're going to practice some shooting. And we're going to put into place what we learned here. Are you guys ready? Are you ready?
Yeah!
Alright.
Yeah!
Alright, so first we're going to take a walk down memory lane. I want you guys all to imagine yourselves as a teacher, as a coach, a PE coach in Springfield, Massachusetts. Who knows where Massachusetts is? Yeah? Where's Massachusetts at?
Close up on the Atlantic coast. It's high up on the Atlantic coast.
High up. Do you think it's cold there in the winter?
Yes.
Alright. This guy here, his name is James Naismith. He was that PE coach. And he had a group of rambunctious teenagers in his class. And during the winter months, he had no idea how to keep them still active, but not out of control. During the summer, they would always go outside and they would play sports. No problem. In the winter, he tried everything. He tried altering the games of lacrosse, baseball, football, soccer. But everything he tried, when you made that sport an indoor sport, it was either too lame for the boys or it was too rough and too violent. So one day he got an idea. It was actually December 15th of 1891. He said, what if I take a soccer ball and a peach basket, and I just put the peach basket up in the sky and have people shoot and try and get the ball in there. And that is how basketball was created. He took that idea and he came up with 13 rules. Very first 13 rules that were ever created. And you know what? 9 of those rules are still in effect today. For instance, today, Ethan, what happens if you move with the basketball without dribbling?
It's called traveling.
Traveling. One of his original rules, you can't do that. Alex, what happens if the ball goes out of bounds?
It's out of bounds.
And then what happens?
The other team has the ball.
They have the ball, and what do they do with the ball? They throw it in from out of bounds, right? They throw it from out of bounds to get it back in bounds, right? Landon, what do you think?
Yes.
They throw it from out of bounds, they throw it inbounds to a guy on their team. That's one of his original rules. So he came up with these 13 rules. How high do you think he put the peach basket in the air? Landon?
10 feet.
Well, yeah. How high is the goal today?
10 feet.
Same thing, right? A lot of what he did is the same today. The biggest changes to the sport, there was no three-point line. And there was no shot clock. Okay? Alright, so December 21st, this is 6 days after he thought of all these rules and the peach basket idea. He decided to get his class together and play the first game. There were captains, just like there's captains today. The captains picked their teams. The game was 30 minutes long. Final score, 1-0. One basket was made. The first basket ever made by William R. Chase.
On the Celtics.
Goes down in history as being the first player ever to make a basket.
On the Boston Celtics.
What's one thing you noticed about the peach basket that's different from today's basket? Landon?
It seems like it's a little like, it's like it doesn't have the net that the regular basketball goal does.
Exactly.
And it doesn't like go through the hoop, it just stays there.
Yeah, what happens if you make a basket?
It's gonna get stuck up in there.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Yep. So they got a ladder and they would have to get the ball out. So eventually they got smart and they cut a hole in the bottom. So this sport caught on like wildfire. Much quicker than most other new sports. Come on. It was actually just weeks of that very first game. 200 people would come and watch these teenagers play this new game. 200 people in just weeks would just show up. And it got to where it spread. And all other YMCAs started having basketball games, started putting peach baskets up. And then, before too long, after 3 years, they stopped using soccer balls. What do you think they used?
They made us a new ball called a basketball.
They created the first basketball. The first basketball, 1894. Then, just another 3 years later, so 6 years after he came up with the idea of the soccer ball and peach basket, 6 years later, and we had professional athletes. People got paid to play basketball. People in New York, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and of course Boston. Massachusetts is the home of basketball. That's where it was created. So, in 1897, there was a 6-team National Basketball League that was formed. Anybody know what happened to James Naismith later? He actually went to the University of Kansas and ran their first ever basketball team. He was their first coach at KU. The inventor of basketball was also a coach later. Look at these guys here. Who do you think that is?
Celtics. First teenage basketball team, the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, look at them. Look at their high socks. They have knee pads. Not near as tall and strong as our guys now, right? A lot's changed. Speaking of a lot has changed, look at some of the old team logos and old team names.
Pistons.
This was the New York Knicks. This dog chasing after the old man, that was the Pacers. The Boston Celtics used to have red. The Rockets were in Denver and San Diego. All kinds of new teams. And they were both in one of two leagues, the National Basketball League
Memphis.
or the BAA, Basketball Association of America.
Memphis Lakers.
Alex, can you sit down? And August 3rd, 1949, these two groups of teams came together. And what did they form?
NBA. The NBA National Basketball Association.
National Basketball Association. There were 17 teams. Now, Every time that you guys go out and play basketball, I know you pick what team you want to be. I've never heard any of you pick the St. Louis Bombers, the Chicago Stags, the Providence Steamrollers, or the Pittsburgh Ironmen. These were some of the 17 teams
Baltimore Bullets.
that used to be in existence, or the Baltimore Bullets. Alright, so now the real reason that we're here. Let's talk about 6 steps for the perfect shot. Okay, I'd like you all to stand up and go through these steps with me. First step, the proper stance. Proper stance means if you're right-handed, your right foot is just a little bit in front of your left. Your feet are shoulder width apart. If you're too wide, you don't have power. If you're too close, you'll be off balance. You can get pushed over. Proper balance. Both of your feet point straight ahead with your shoulders, your head, everything in one straight line. Okay? And your knees bend straight down. See when your knees bend? Straight down. Okay? What do you think happens if this is my stance?
You'll shoot to that way.
Yeah, I'll shoot to one side or the other, right? What if this is my stance?
You're not gonna have that much power.
No power. What if this is my stance?
No power. No balance.
Your feet are too close.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get pushed over pretty easy. You don't have much balance. Okay, so this is the first step anytime. As soon as you catch that basketball, you're always in this stance right here. Okay? The second step, how do you grip the basketball? Do you shoot a basketball with your fingertips?
No.
No, with your hand, right? Get that ball in the palm of your hand. Okay? Ball's in the palm of your hand. Everybody practice. I want you right now, just pretend there's a ball in your hand, okay? Because it's important just to get the motions down. The motions, the feet. See where my hand is? I'm not above my head. No, this is no power. I'm in front of my body, right here. Yep, and look at my elbow, right here. This hand to the side. See if I would put these together, I have a T, right? Just a little separated and a T. Alright? What do you think happens if I'm holding the basketball like this?
Then you'll can't see it.
It's right in
Can't
front of
see
your
it.
face to where you can't really see the basket, and then you're like just pushing the ball.
You're just pushing the ball, and you're going to have
Not
some
even-
bad spin on the ball, aren't you? If you have bad spin on the ball, it'll hit that rim, and who knows where it's going to go. Alright, step 3, the proper jump. Okay? Who here thinks that Kobe Bryant is a great shooter? Yeah, he is a pretty good shooter. But you know what? It takes him a lot of shots to score his points sometimes. Because his form is not good. And a lot of kids try and shoot like him. You know what Kobe Bryant does? Watch him. Next time you watch a Lakers game, he always hangs in the air. What happens when you hang in the air? What's wrong with that?
You lose your power.
You lose your power. Your power comes from your legs and your jump. When you're going up, you release before you get to the top.
And then you lose your power.
Kobe will shoot, hang up in the air, and then on the way down, he shoots the ball.
He relies on his arm power.
Yeah, instead of his legs.
And he's your favorite, Ethan. No, he's not. He used to.
The proper delivery. Okay? This is all about we don't push the ball. We don't push, we shoot. Proper form. One hand and we shoot. So everyone just stand here and you always got to make sure every step has to go together every time. So now we have our balance. Now we have our hands, we have our jump, and we have our shot. Okay? Try it, Alex. Get your hands, jump. No, you don't want both hands. Look at this. See this guy's hand right here? The perfect follow through. That's the last step here. Look at his follow through. It's perfect, right? It looks like a gooseneck. Okay? It's like if you're a little kid and the cookie jar is on top of the fridge and you're trying as hard as you can to climb up there and reach. You go on your tippy toes, you reach down, go get that cookie, okay?
Gooseneck.
What happens if my follow through looks like this? Landon?
It's gonna go like a straight dart.
It'll be a straight dart, a flat shot. A flat shot's probably gonna hit the rim and bounce straight back to you. And then you missed, and your team doesn't have a chance for a rebound. Okay? That's why it's real important. One hand, look at this hand. Didn't even move. That's called the guide hand. It's just there to guide the ball so it doesn't fall out of your hand. Okay? Last, but not least, correction and repetition. When you miss a shot, there's a reason you miss a shot. We talked about some of those reasons. Correct it. If you correct it, next time you'll make it. If you miss again, why did you miss? Figure out why you missed and make a correction. And then repetition. You make a swish, everybody wants to swish. You make a swish, remember how you did it, and do it again. And again. And again. And then your body knows, in a game, you get the ball, you know how to do it. You don't even think about it with practice. Now what we're going to do is talk about 4 common shooting mistakes to avoid. Kids all around the world have these 4 mistakes, and even plenty of adults too. What do you notice in this picture right here? Landon?
He's shooting with his fingers.
Yeah, you don't shoot with your fingers. You want that ball in your hand, right? Okay. What do you notice in this picture? Ethan?
His guide hand is off to his side while his other hand,
Yeah.
it's like throwing a straight ball.
Yeah, this hand's throwing a straight bullet, and this hand probably puts some backspin because it goes like this. If I have this hand here, and I go like that, this thumb is going to make the ball go to the side. You don't want that ball spinning like that. You want it spinning like that. Okay? What do you notice in this picture? Ethan?
His hands are way behind his head.
Yeah, he has one hand way under the ball, the other hand's way up here. It's not here in front. Good, good. What are some other mistakes? This is an easy one. Alex, what do you notice there?
That he's going to the side.
Yeah, he's jumping to the side. He doesn't have any kind of balance.
And his
Remember, proper jumping, when you jump up, you land in the same spot you jumped from. Is he going to land in the same spot? No. So that ball's probably not going to go straight. What about this? Ethan?
His hands are way behind his head.
Yeah. That's a balance thing again. If the ball is behind you, you don't have any balance. Your balance and power is going forward toward the basket. He's going back. Good. So when we go outside, you guys aren't going to do any of these things, right? All right. Now, who has watched an NBA game before? Okay. Who are your favorite players?
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson. He's a good shooter, isn't he? Just won the championship. Alex, who do you like? LeBron James, okay. There's a couple championship rings, and he doesn't have them because he's a bad shooter.
Chris Paul and Chris Bosh.
Chris Paul and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is one of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA. Did you know that? Everybody thinks it's so cool to go out and shoot threes, and that's all they talk about. Chris Bosh makes the All-Star team because he's such a good mid-range shooter from the elbow. Alright, now the good shooters. Who knows Stephen Curry? Yeah, everybody knows Stephen Curry, right? Just won the NBA MVP, and his team won the NBA Finals. Mostly because of that stroke right there. That gooseneck. Look at that. Perfect form. He has a great jump, great follow through. The guide hand is staying right in place. Who knows Ray Allen? Yeah, another perfect form. Ray Allen has the most three-pointers in NBA history. Steve Nash. Yeah, Steve Nash has the best free throw percentage of anybody ever. He once made 74 free throws in a row. Shoots around 97% from the free throw line. Now, the not so great ones. Tony Allen. Just like we talked, one of those common mistakes, right? He's shooting it from behind his head. Josh Childress. Look at that ugly thing. Both hands way above his head in the air. He's jumping forward, isn't he? He's not jumping straight up. Sean Marion. He won a championship with the Mavericks, despite the way that he shoots. Ball's right in his face. Look at this elbow right here. Elbow off to the side. Now, the real bad ones. Shaquille O'Neal, one of the worst free throw shooters in history. He pushes the ball instead of a nice, gentle shot. This one is terrible. I don't know what to think of this. Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Anybody know this guy? Yeah. I don't even know how he does that. His elbow is cocked to the side.
Is he shooting the ball?
He's shooting the ball. I don't know where the basket is because his body's one way and his head's the other way. How about this? Who knows Joakim Noah? Yeah. Look at those hands on the side of the ball instead of underneath, on the side of the ball. So these guys all made it to the NBA.
Because they're tall.
But because they're tall. Do you guys think you'll be as tall as Joakim Noah?
Yeah.
Or Shaq? I wouldn't plan on it. What about as tall as Steve Nash? Maybe. So you gotta work hard
I'll be Dirk Nowitzki.
to be as good of a shooter also as Steve Nash.
I'll be like
Alright?
Dirk Nowitzki.
So did you guys learn from this? Now you ready to go outside and practice it?
No.
Alright, let's go. Let's go do some shooting.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He shoots it when we up.
Come on, everyone. Come on, Alex.
I'll go first.
Okay. What do you notice first about this goal? How high is it? Is it 10 foot?
No.
It's a 9-foot goal. Even though most kids play on a 10-foot goal too early, it is not good for learning the proper form to shoot. What happens if the goal is too high for a young kid?
They would
They'll
always have to
push
push
it.
the ball.
They're pushing the ball.
No.
And then as they get older, they'll always push the ball. It's important until you're about 11 or 12, then you can raise the goal up to 10 foot. Before that, you just come out here and just work on your form. Okay, now here's what we're gonna do. Get in a line here behind Ethan. Now, the best way to practice is always make it a game situation. If you're in a game, you're always running, and you always want to catch, jump, and shoot. So what we're going to do is you'll run over here. You're going to run over. Show me how you're going to catch the ball. Just run over and catch. Oh, are you going to shoot like this? No. You want to always catch the ball just like you're going to shoot it. I'm going to shoot like this. So throw me the ball. Look at that. I turn and I shoot, right? It's quicker. Because if I catch the ball like this and then I go like that, defense is there. Basketball's a quick game. So you run across, I'll pass it, you catch, jump, remember the jump, shoot, and what I need you guys to do, hold your follow through. Hold both hands up in the air so we can look at them. I want you to immediately pause as soon as you shoot. We're going to look at where did you land, were you straight up and down, and what was your follow through like, okay? Come across. You didn't hold your hands. It was a good shot, but what do you think your hands looked like? Yeah, look at this hand over here. We want this hand right here, and this hand you had straight out. Should be a dip, right? Okay, look at your feet. That's all right, you made it, good try. Come across, catch, turn. Ah. Same with you, watch that, hold that hand, okay? All right. You had really good form, except what? Where did you land? Way back here, you shot it right here. That's what's called a fadeaway. What do you guys think is bad about a fadeaway?
You have a certain amount of power and then
Power.
you go back.
You don't have as much power if you're going backwards, right? You want to go straight up. All right, let's try it again.
You have to move your hands.
Yeah, and still watch those hands. I want you to hold that gooseneck, all right? When you come, you shoot, you hold. Hold, okay? Come across. Oh. It's all right. Make sure you hold that. Look. All right, try again, Landon. And then hold it until I say. Look at this. That's good. This hand, perfect. Good, looks good. Come across. Go ahead, shoot. Now hold. Look at that. Hey, what do you notice, buddy? What's this hand doing over here? Huh? Okay. Now I want you to come right here, Alex. First thing you do when you come out to a court should be just shooting it from right here with one hand. Put the other one behind your back. Remember, step one, your steps, your feet, right? Your balance. Turn, gooseneck. Listen to the net. Greatest sound in basketball, right? Swish. Oh, that wasn't a swish, so it's not perfect. Swish. Not a swish. There you go.
Switch.
All right, Landon. This one, I don't even want you to jump. Just one hand. Don't even use the guide hand. All right, looks good. Ethan? All right, try again. I think you kind of pushed that one. You had a good follow through, but your arm was kind of that way. First, look at your feet. That's probably part of the reason. And we're out here. We're not in a rush. Always take your time. Do I have step one down? Okay. Do I have step two down? Okay, right now we're just going to use one hand. Step two down. Okay? Then step three is up on the toes. Step four, release. Look at that. Did that feel good? That looked good. That looked good. Okay. So guys, we practiced the jump shot. right? You ran across, you practice your jump shot. All right? You practice little flips just to get used to the sound. Okay? Now we're going to practice free throws, okay? Difference about free throws, what's really good about free throws, the free throw line you have now is the same as the free throw line that you're going to have in the NBA, in college, whatever league. This shot doesn't change. There's no defense, and the distance is always the same. Okay? You don't have to jump. Okay? No jumping, just a nice flip. No jumping, just a real nice flip. So show me step one. Step one, good. Step two. Okay, that's good form, good form. You come around and get a look at the form here. Come around and get a look at this good form right here. Good form for the lefty. Okay, on this a little bit behind the ball. There you go. All right, now what you're gonna do, you're gonna come up on your toes and release when you get to the top. That's good form, that's okay, that's okay. Oh, okay, look. Yeah, there's step one. We're not in a rush. Step one, step two. Get in that cock position down here. Your hand should be behind the ball. Your hand under the ball right here. This is under, yeah. See, this is just on the side. Then we're gonna come up on our toes and release, nice and slow. Still use that other hand a little. That's all right, we'll get it. Yeah. It feels so good when it's just nice and easy gooseneck. That's good. That feel good? Oh, what do you think happened? Come and try again, Alex. He missed the shot. Got to correct it. What do you think? Well, and you didn't have your legs under you. Use those legs all the way through. Okay? Yeah, use those legs all the way through. It's all right. It's all right. Ethan? You're still using that offhand, but did that feel better? Your follow through was good. Just remember that left hand. Look at this hand right here. Perfect. Just like we want it. Great shot. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is Coach Bruce. Hope you learned something. Happy practice.